Hey, Dinarland, this is Dinarland Highlights from May 13th, 2020. Today is May 14th, 2020. Hey, from Mountain Goat, last week was amazing for nothing but optimistic news about Iraq. As I said before that, once the good government is in place and oil prices rise, we are going to see Iraq take off. Article quote Thaban excludes the arrival of the 2020 budget to the House of Representatives after Ed al Fighter. Adult Fighter is on 24th to 25th of May 2020, so we'll probably not get a budget to Parliament anytime sooner than that. Among everything that is going on with shortages of funding, I doubt it very much that the Finance Committee will want to finance the project to delete the zeros at this time in 2020. This is based on past experience with the Finance Committee. Remember, too, the revaluing the Iraqi currency is not going to solve all their problems and certainly can cause more problems if not handled correctly. Okay, Militiaman, a KTFA article quote, Al-Kazimi plans to hold an expanded meeting to discuss the implications of the economic crisis. Quote, in the coming days, for the purpose of issuing a package of economic reforms, foremost of which is bringing capital. They sure look like they're on the roadmap to go international, opening the doors to capital. Okay, Pimpy, what's going on? Iraq is about to change the dinar rate. We've been here before and they're talking about it again. A lot of you know this chitter chatter. Article quote, Parliamentary Committee determine options to address financial distress. Quote, among these options is changing the exchange rate. I know you're doing the PP dance because I was doing it too when I saw this. Here we go again. Last March, they talked about how they're going to change the rate, and then all caca PP broke out, and it didn't happen. This has been going on for a little while, but it's nice to see them talking about it. We've all been feeling this weird vibe that something's going to happen this year. We don't want to jinx it, so think positive. It's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We don't know what the rate's going to be. I still think the sweet spot is between $1.13 and $1.34. Don't get me wrong, I'll take higher than that, but that makes sense to me. In order for Iraq to rebuild and be competitive, a rate around $1.34 makes way more sense. Let's stay grounded. We're looking good. I think we're in a good position. It looks like it's finally going to happen. Again, first round of drinks on me, Vegas. Okay, from Jeff, article quote, Parliamentary Committee determined options to address financial distress. Quote, noting among these options is changing the exchange rate and stopping the currency auctions. He called on the government to accelerate the transition of the budget in a way that reduces the deficit by reducing costs by changing the exchange rate. So there you go. They said reducing costs by changing the exchange rate. That means increasing purchasing power. They're back to where they were since they did finish the formation of the government, talking about increasing their exchange rate, promoting investment, launching their private sector, implementing and launching the reforms. Everything's looking very good. We're patiently waiting. There's a new pattern here that started since they finished the formation of the government. Pence went straight into saying, hey, now it's time for Iraq to get the reforms launched and implemented. They put their economics on hold for the formation of the government. Now they're going back and talking about it, and they're even getting back into the budget. They had to finish the government first, and that there indeed was a delay. Okay, Mark Z via PDK. News today, I'm hearing some positive, some negative, and some not surprising. No rate change this morning in Iraq, but the banking world thinks it's happening right now. Frank26 says they're talking openly now about changing the rate in Iraq. Yes, they are. I have a contractor on the ground there, and he says that on the streets, they all have tremendous amount of expectation every Wednesday and Saturday when the Gazette comes out to see a new rate. We are oh so close, guys. Okay, Delta, KTFA article quote, 3 options top the measures to confront the economic crisis. What is the story of private budgets? Quotes, there are measures that have been taken to face financial distress other than internal borrowing or prejudice. The central bank's reserves noting that among these options is a price change, exchange and stopping imports in addition to stopping the currency auction and other economic measures. Quote, accelerate the transmission of the budget in a way that reduces the deficit by reducing costs or by changing the exchange rate. Another bomb article, in my opinion. Get ready. PM said 48 hours, half is gone. Okay, Bruce, the big call via Wiser Now. The Iraqi dinar has revalued, and we brought that up to you last week. We do have a rate that has come out. We talked about the key card, pronounced key card, and that was nearing $10 over a week ago. We have had a new prime minister elected in Iraq, Mustafa al-Kazimi, and we have a new director of CBI. She is very pro-RV and very much going to be an asset for the CBI. And I understand the new prime minister is very pro, let's say, a President Trump type leader. I think we're going to have some very good things coming out of Iraq. And we understand yesterday that the World Bank and the IMF and our Secretary of State and a few others were in Iraq yesterday. I'm sure they were meeting with both the CBI director as well as the Prime Minister and others. I'm going to call it crossing the T's and dotting the I's on the new Iraqi dinar currency, what the rates are going to be, and so on. I don't know if we're going to go in the next day or so, but it looks like we are. And that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in.